Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. So in today's video, I want to share my most unsexy beauty products. This is actually a little trend that I have seen going around on social media. I have no idea who started it, so I'd love to give credit where credit is due, but I've seen a lot of people making these videos as of late. I believe it probably originated somewhere over on TikTok. Honestly, I deleted my TikTok a long time ago. I just couldn't get into it. Are you on TikTok? I don't know. I feel like I get what I want in terms of like entertainment and, you know, just randomness in the forms of reels over on Instagram. So I don't know, I'm an Instagram girly, but let me know if you're still on TikTok. Anyway, so I have not even seen these videos on TikTok. I've seen them as re-uploads over on YouTube Shorts. And I just thought this was such a great idea for a video. There are so many products that I use either on a daily basis or at least several times per week. And these are such great products, but I don't really mention them a whole lot here on my channel because they're kind of boring. They're unsexy, if you will. But again, these are products that I rely really heavily on, that I use so regularly and repurchase so frequently. And I figured I would go ahead and share those with you today. So I have a little pile to the side here. I will list and link everything in the description box down below, but I'm sure with a lot of these things, I mean, I don't know, a few of them I'm kind of partial to like the specific brand products themselves, but with some of these other things, you could switch it out with whatever else. But anyway, I'll go ahead and list and link what I have here in the description box down below. Okay, so the first thing that I want to start with is an eye primer. I feel like I don't talk about eye primer a whole lot here on my channel, and honestly, this is the only like makeup related item that I'm sharing in this video. But I really require an eye primer every single day of my life. I have mentioned many times here on my channel that I have an extremely oily skin type, and that also means that my eyelids are extremely oily as well. If I did not use an eye primer every single day, my eyeshadow would essentially disappear or like just like go into the crease of my eyes probably within 3 hours of applying my makeup. Like it just would be pointless for me to do any eye makeup. And so for years now, I have gone through a multitude of different eye primers. There was a period of time where I started noticing that my eyes were watering a lot, and it wasn't related to like seasonal allergies or anything like that. But I think what I was allergic to were some of the eye primers that I was using. So I started kind of, you know, primer shopping a little bit, and I noticed that there were some that made my eyes water and some that did not. Now, the very best eye primer that I have ever found is the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer. This is probably one of the more expensive ones that I could recommend, but in all honesty, this is my second tube. My first tube lasted me, I think, darn near a year. So I think for the price point and the product lasting as long as it did, it was still fair. Now, I will say that another eye primer that also has worked really well for me in the past is Too Faced. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance was also another one of those eye primers that never made my eyes water and usually kept my makeup looking vibrant all day long. There was no creasing or anything like that. So if you're not a fan of Hourglass, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance would be another one that I would recommend. But if you have struggled with watery eyes, it might be that you are sensitive maybe to the eye primer that you're using. You know, sometimes you just kind of have to play around with things. And for me, I think it really came down to the primers at the time. So this one here is fantastic. Not only does a tube of it last me a very long time, but it has a slight like nude tint to it. So I feel like it evens my lids out just a touch. But the best part is that my eyes are not watering, and this keeps my eye makeup vibrant all day long. It certainly wants to grab shadows. So I do set the primer prior to going in with my eyeshadow to, you know, keep from having to like blend really heavily where the shadow might initially grab. So I would definitely recommend doing that. But I don't think that I've ever found a primer that I have loved more than this bad boy right here. So I did repurchase it after I finished my first tube. It's worth every penny to me. It's not a sexy product. It's not something that I think most people really think about when it comes to makeup. But boy, does it make the biggest difference in the world for me. And even on days where I'm not wearing makeup, I put this on my eyes because like the oil still comes through, and sometimes it'll run into my eyes and it'll sting. That is how oily my eyelids are. So anyway, if you're looking for the world's best eye primer, in my opinion, she is it. All right, let's talk about my Lumify Eye Drops. Honestly, this is something that I have come to rely on so heavily to look more alive, especially during the spring when my allergies are kind of going nuts. My eyes get very irritated with, you know, all of the pollen. I was actually sharing on Instagram a few days ago just how much pollen we have all over our backyard. It is just covering everything. It's kind of frustrating. We have a lot of really big trees around us and they just dump pollen in our yard. And my eyes look so red and irritated most mornings. And the way that I get rid of that is simply with one drop. All it takes is one drop of the Lumify Eye Drops in each eye, and it takes away all of the redness. This is not something that causes rebound redness for me either. I know there are a lot of like redness reducing eye drops out there that can cause that like rebound redness. This has never done that. I don't really love using eye drops. I don't like putting anything near my eyes. I even struggle sometimes with, you know, like mascara. When I've had my makeup done in the past, like I've never been able to let the makeup artist put the mascara on my eyes. It's just, no, absolutely not. I will take care of that myself. But these are, it's just so easy to just pop one drop in the corner of my eye and let it kind of, you know, move around by blinking a few times. And it takes away all the redness. Like I put the drops in this morning. It whitens the whites of my eyes significantly and just makes me look so much more alive. If you have never tried these Lumify drops, I highly recommend them. You can find them at lots of different retailers. However, I am now purchasing these in a set of 2 from Costco just because it's kind of the best deal. So if you have a Costco membership, you can find these in store or, you know, online through Costco. You can order them, have them delivered to your house, Instacart them, whatever you do. But if you are struggling with a lot of redness in your eyes and you just feel like it makes you look tired or angry or just worn out, try these. You might still feel that way, but you're not gonna look it. So I love my Lumify Eye Drops. I do occasionally mention those in my weekly beauty chit chat, but I feel like they just deserve a lot more love. Okay, this next one. This is like one of those really unsexy products, but this is my washcloth of choice here. This one is from the brand Think Sport. Now, here's the thing. You guys know how I feel about the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrubs. I love them. I love them for exfoliating, and I do still buy them, but I have started to really get a fair amount of guilt when it comes to the amount of plastic that I, you know, toss into the recycling bin. And honestly, I don't think all of that plastic is properly recycled. The more that I'm reading into recycling, the more it's just like, this is really disheartening. There's just so much plastic in the world, and while I will always probably be, you know, buying a tub here and there of the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrubs, I'm no longer, you know, buying them in bulk. I'll buy one every now and again, but for the most part to exfoliate prior to shaving, which I really recommend doing to get a closer shave, I have started using this little washcloth, or, well, it's a washcloth and a scrubber. So here's what I really like about this one. The washcloth side here is nice and soft, but this side here is a scrubby side. So I put, you know, just some body wash on here and then scrub my legs, scrub my body, get exfoliated. And then, you know, if I want to, for the more like sensitive areas of my body, usually my upper arms, I try not to scratch or, you know, scrub this area too much because I tend to be prone to eczema here. So I'm a little careful with the sensitive areas of my skin. So I've got the other side of the washcloth for that area. But this is so great for exfoliating. This one here has a nice kind of scrubby texture to it that gets rid of all the dead skin cells. Every couple days I'm doing laundry. Most days during the week. My daughter changes clothes like, I swear, 3 times a day sometimes. So we've got a lot of laundry that we're doing. So I just pop this in with laundry every couple days and then put it back in the shower after, you know, I take it out. This one has lasted such a long time. It washes up fantastically and it leaves my skin so smooth. And this is such a better option. I mean, like I said, I love the Tree Hut scrubs. I love a lot of body scrubs, but when it comes to exfoliating and trying to eliminate some of the waste, I think this is a really great option. And again, it's nice that you get the washcloth and the scrubber in one with this one. So I don't know, if you're trying to be a little bit more mindful about your plastic consumption, maybe getting something like that to exfoliate versus using something out of a plastic tub. Now, if it comes in a glass container, that's obviously a lot more easy to recycle, but plastic just is probably not getting recycled properly. Okay, this one here is another product that I use on a weekly basis. I go through so many bags of this. I don't even bother to put these bags in my empties because again, it's just one of those products that I don't think about really sharing, but I love Epsom salts. These here, I think these don't have any fragrance to them. I think I got these huge bags over at, again, Costco. Who else is a big Costco fan? I love Costco. Anyway, I think you get like 2 massive bags at Costco for, I want to say it's like under $10. It's a ridiculous amount of Epsom salts. But I love doing a weekly foot soak. This is something that I have done now for many, many years. Every Sunday, I fill up this little tub that I have in my bathtub. So I just, you know, sit on the edge of my tub. I don't want to fill the whole tub for this, so I just have this little plastic bucket in there. I pour a healthy amount of the Epsom salts in here. You can find these with different scents like lavender. There's a really nice shea butter one. They, you know, sometimes they'll have like limited edition fragrances, but you can also just add like essential oils or whatever if you want in with the water. So do that if that's what floats your boat. But I love soaking my feet once a week in Epsom salts because not only does it soothe my like sore, tired feet. I'm on my feet a lot during the day. And it also helps to keep my feet really soft. And again, sometimes I will even bring this over and I will just, you know, rub the scrubby side on my feet, just do a little bit of gentle exfoliation. I don't have any dead skin buildup on my feet at all. My feet are soft. It's very relaxing. It's very soothing. It's a time where I just turn on, you know, some spa music over on my Pandora and I just kind of sit there and try to think about nothing and soak my feet for a solid 15 minutes in warm water, and it feels amazing. It keeps my feet soft, especially now that we're coming to sandal, or for me, Birkenstock season. I like my feet to look their best, and this is a great, easy way to do it. And it's just really relaxing. So it's an inexpensive way to pamper your feet. And I mean, yeah, you know, jazz it up if you want to, but you know, just the plain Epsom salts will get the job done. And yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do to keep my feet looking and feeling their best. All right, next, let's talk hair. Something that I have been doing that I have mentioned in some of my hair regrowth videos. All right, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call, but let's continue on with my next 2 unsexy products, which actually kind of go hand in hand for me. So last year, if you're new here, last year I went through a period of time where I lost a significant amount of hair. I am 45 years old and I am in perimenopause. But also it turns out I was severely anemic. Now, I didn't know I was anemic. I knew I was in perimenopause, but the hair loss was so crazy that I went to my doctor and I was like, what is happening? So she did some blood work and it turns out I was actually severely anemic. It was caused by an underlying issue. And so I did address the underlying issues. And so the anemia is no longer an issue for me. I'm also taking an iron supplement every single day now to rebuild my iron stores because they were completely depleted. I mean, I almost had like no iron in my system. It was not good. So if you are struggling with hair loss, you need to go see your physician. You need to have some blood work done. You need to figure out what's causing that hair loss. It might not be anemia for you. It could be something else. But if you are noticing a significant amount of hair loss, it means there's something wrong with you internally and you gotta figure it out and you have to address that issue because there is no point in trying to regrow your hair if you are not addressing the issue that is causing your hair loss. I have a number of videos here on my channel to kind of let you guys know about the different things that I have done to regrow my hair, and this is a part of that. But I just really want to stress talking to your physician if you are struggling. You gotta figure out what's going on first. Okay, with all that out of the way here, let's go ahead and talk about this pumpkin seed oil. I found this on Amazon, and this little silk bonnet, this fun thing right here. So one of the things that I rely on pretty heavily to regrow my hair right now is minoxidil. Minoxidil can cause your scalp to potentially get irritated. I do use foam most of the time, but I also have liquid. I use the Kirkland 5% men's minoxidil. If you talk to your doctor, but as long as you're not breastfeeding or you're not planning on getting pregnant or anything like that, the 5% is actually perfectly fine for women to use. But again, talk to your physician. But using the liquid sometimes can cause a lot more irritation on my scalp, but the liquid honestly is less expensive than the foam at Costco. And the foam is pretty darn affordable, so I will say that. But if you want to save yourself a little bit more money, go for the liquid, but it can cause scalp irritation. So what I've been doing is taking this beautiful pumpkin seed oil. This is actually my second bottle of this. That is how religiously I've been doing this. So 2-3 nights out of the week, I will take just a dropper full of this gold liquid here, or I guess it's more of like an amber color, if you will. And I dot that all around my scalp, all over my scalp. And I do a really nice solid scalp massage. Like for a solid, I would say like 2-3 minutes, I will just massage my scalp. And then I take this silk bonnet and I put that on my scalp, and then I just sleep. I sleep with this oil on my scalp. Sometimes I'll even put a little bit on the ends of my hair just for a little bit of extra conditioning, and look how shiny my ends are. Yep, I think, and this is my naturally gray hair. If you're new, this is natural. I don't dye it this way. I just have bad genetics. This is my lot in life. I'm tired of coloring it. This is what it is. So, but gray hair typically isn't super shiny, but mine is. Like, I do a lot to ensure that my gray hair looks really healthy, and I do put a little bit of this on the ends. I don't soak my hair with this, and I also don't soak my scalp. You don't need to. Just, you know, dot it around in a few different places, get enough to make the massage, you know, just really work that into the scalp. And then in the mornings, I shampoo my hair like usual, use my conditioner, and my scalp feels so healthy. It is not irritated. Pumpkin seed oil is also said to help to regrow hair as well. So I am using this, what I'm calling the kitchen sink approach when it comes to regrowing my hair. And you guys, it's working. I have so much new growth. I shared on Instagram the other day that like I just have a ton of new hair growing in. It's not really obvious right now because my hair is down, but when I put it up in a ponytail, you can really tell how much new hair is growing in. In fact, I am like regrowing my hairline here, which really wanted to like recede for a while there. So you can regrow your hair. It is possible. It takes a lot of time and effort, but you can do it. But anyway, these two items here, they are so unsexy, but I tell you what, this is a part of the routine and they work really well. Yeah, I think the very best thing to do is to apply this at night and sleep with it on and then, you know, wash it off the next morning. But you also don't want this all over your pillow. So a silk bonnet like this is fantastic. Also, I have washed this one multiple times and it's holding up really well. I bought this one off of Amazon. So it's, in general, it's good to actually sleep with these bonnets on your hair because you can cause a lot of breakage just by, you know, like sleeping on a regular pillowcase. So if your hair is severely damaged, get a bonnet and wear that while you're sleeping. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share is a little combo here that I use for both my hands and my feet. Now with my feet, I just use regular socks, but for my hands, I use these little white gloves. They need to actually go into the washing machine. This is another thing that once a week I just pop into the washing machine. But this particular hand cream right here is one that I have come to rely on so heavily. So I'm almost done with this tube here. So I ordered myself a new one. This is the Dermatology Concentrated Hand Cream. This one is fabulous for overnight. Now, I don't just use this on my hands. I also will put this on my feet, and then I just put on a pair of socks that I have. And then I sleep with those socks on, and I sleep with these little gloves on. Now, sometimes I will wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning and I'm just like, okay, I gotta take the gloves off. Like, I'm fine sleeping with socks all night, but sometimes the gloves are a bit much. But by that point, all of this cream has definitely absorbed into my hands. But man, does this make my hands so insanely soft. I look nuts going to sleep with, you know, this on my head and this on my hands. I just look silly, but man, I'm telling ya, it makes such a difference. And this particular hand cream is so great at repairing your skin, especially during the winter months, maybe when you're washing your hands even more often and they're just super dry, if they're cracked, if you're just struggling with your hands, try this. I actually originally received this product as PR from Dermatology because I am a dermatology partner, but I am now regularly repurchasing this on my own from them. I use my own 20% discount code and I just get more of it. I'll put the information down below if you want to buy this and save 20%. But honestly, if you already have a hand cream that you love, just use that. But get these gloves, I'm telling you. They kind of make your hands nice and warm, which is what I think actually helps that hand cream or lotion absorb much more readily into your hands. And honestly, one of the first places on your body that shows your age is your hands. And so take good care of them. Use something like this, or even if you don't want to invest in these, maybe put socks on your hands. Put some socks on your hands and sleep with those and prepare to wake up with much softer, younger looking hands. I'm telling you, they're silly, but they really do work. But anyway, you guys, these are my most unsexy, most not talked about beauty products here on my channel. I would love to know what yours are, so leave them down below in the comments and let's all learn about unsexy things from each other. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to whoever started this trend. I think it's kind of a genius idea. And if you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.